Da-na-na, da-na-na. OTHERspace FM. OTHERspace PM.
Oh man.
Welcome to OTHERspace PM. Man, it's good to hang out with you. A new week, September 4th. It's DGen hours. It's getting there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people on the East Coast tuning in, as well as on the other side of the world. GM to everyone. But yo, what up, Jason the Yate?
Yo, what up, man? It's been a wild day, productive as hell. I was just saying, stoked to connect.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's already Monday again. So much has happened. So much is happening this week.
Mhm.
So excited to, sit back. I'm gonna pop my Grolsch. I got a Grolsch this week.
Ooh,
Mm,
ooh.
that's just
Nice little grosh pop.
that takes me back to a time in Paris. So I love that beer. But yeah, dude. You know what? First off, football's coming, and I know
Yeah.
we're excited about that. Anyone else out there in a draft? I know it's been all over the timeline. Thursday is the season kickoff, and tomorrow is fantasy draft league for Sean and I. So excited! Thank you for all the homies who've been
Yeah.
doing mock drafts and. I love to see it. It's another aspect of community fun. I know a lot of people are doing it with their own, friends that they're developing on Twitter, and I think that's pretty dope.
I know my Web3 leagues are starting to become my favorite over the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So, we're always connecting over here. I keep in touch with some of my Web2 leagues, but you always have one fantasy going on that's like your main one. And so
Right.
far, like this one that we're in with a bunch of Web3 homies and other space homies, uh, that's my main one this year.
Yeah, I agree. I'm in the same boat. I just last minute entered one because Fat Doinks posted, "Yo, we need one more," and he tagged me, and I'm like, "All right, fuck it." Like, I've been doing so much research. Uh, I love drafting, so I'm super excited for it. But just had to throw that out there because that was on the top of the mind, man. We were drafting before this. We'll probably be drafting after this. So
Yeah, and we'll probably have some shenanigans on Sundays in the Discord.
yeah, yeah. Well,
It's going down. It's
I'm I'm think
inevitable.
I'm thinking like we somehow split, the red zone between some homies, and then we just like broadcast it in Discord. Are we allowed to do that?
Shh.
No. All right. All right. Well, uh,
No,
you know, it is an idea
not financial advice.
hypothetically.
Yes.
Well,
Hypothetically, you could.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good point. All right. Well,
Yo, I want to say what's up to everyone who's pulling up in the chat. I think this is so dope that Jason gets to talk to you. Of course, we get to decompress. It's been a long week. The week before, we just got a new heavy metal season that just
oh yeah.
started. So a lot of things kind of came down. Legend of the Mara, some news, and then new fresh week. So we're decompressing, and we're
Plus,
gonna we're gonna talk about the week looking forward. So to have each of you pull up, I think that's what makes it really exciting. So I'd love if anyone has the ability to contribute, ask questions, chime in with your take if we're talking about something. And one of the things is like who here is playing fantasy football. I'm really curious
yeah.
who is playing fantasy football, because is this something like only we're in,
Nah,
or
there's so many similarities with the friends I've made in Web3 culture. We may not all be degenerate gamblers, but a lot of us are. Um, a lot of us love certain types of things, and I gravitate to the friends that like sneakers, like I told you last week, and sports, and some people I've asked are like, nah, football or football, ha ha ha. Like, come on, bro, you know what I mean? Get out of here. but but then
well,
you
it's
start to
true.
find those
The football,
commonalities.
the football argument, is very valid,
It is
because
valid, but you're
globally
fucking
football
with
is
me, and you
football.
know what I'm talking about. That's
Yeah,
all I'm like, come on.
because you're
Uh,
American.
yeah, I know, right? I'm from America. down by the border of America in a swamp. Anyways,
we got bastards running 3 leagues. We
ooh,
got Squirtle with his draft on Tuesday. We got
nice.
Matty Ice with 2 drafts
Maddie's in
today.
our league, so we're stoked.
Oh shit! Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
All right,
It's
real
gonna be good
quick,
times.
you got pick one. Are you gonna share, like,
So listen,
what you're
I've
gonna
gone
do?
I've gone back and forth a million times, and I was telling NFT Traveler just 5 minutes ago, I still have no idea who I'm going to pick because everybody's told me to pick Justin Jefferson, but I would prefer Jamar Chase. I love the Bengals. I think the Bengals were probably my most picked last year on every team, DraftKings, whatever. I like them. So it's hard for me. I pick players because I like them, and that's bad.
We're gonna report back next week. We're gonna let
Yeah.
you know he picked Justin Jefferson last minute.
I don't know, man. That's why I'm wearing all purple, right? Yeah.
But hey,
I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad at Jamar Chase going first. But if it was like, if you're not getting Justin Jefferson, then I'm thinking CMC. You just go for the best receiver or the best running back.
I
You
think
know.
Eckler's the best running back because
All right,
CMC
man.
has to fight with so
Want to
many
make it
different
easy?
options.
You're making it easy for me.
No,
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 I'm just
no,
kidding.
no.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Who are you picking your first pick?
Oh, I don't. I mean, I have round number 10. But speaking of round 10,
All right.
I got my 288. Shout out to Bad Teeth. This, look, I'm gonna need another bottle pretty soon. This is the last 3 OTHERspace PMs.
Nice.
So this is just
Yeah,
kind of
we're
what I've been rocking with.
putting in work over here, dog.
Yeah, man.
Trying to
On
support the
ice.
culture. It's been good.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. It loosens up the conversation. So you could tell me who the 10th pick will be for you.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I know,
We'll
and that's the
see.
fun part is it's all dependent on everyone else. But you know what?
It is.
Excited for everyone in their leagues. I hope you all. Oh, is there a good on-chain fantasy league, Squirtle? So what was it? Board Banana Society, with the Wagner brothers. I did a draft with them recently.
Oh, spoiled bananas.
Yeah, spoiled
Yeah.
bananas. Yeah, it's a best ball. It's cool. You get to draft, your own team, and then you don't have to do anything until the end. So who knows? But they are said to be giving away at least a mutant to whoever wins that league. So that'll be cool.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
I threw in 0.02, drafted a team. If I win a mutant off that, hey, that'd be pretty rad with me.
I like it. I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at Merkle Tree's PFP that's on the bottom right now. He has
Oh,
a he
it's
has a
heavy.
he
He's
got
got
a no background with the heavy with the dynamic.
a heavy Fidenza.
Well, Merck
That's-
Merck put me on game with Fidenza. Is like the OGs will start calling them Denzas.
oh, okay.
So I tried to sound cool right there.
That's funny shit.
But yeah,
Man.
shout out Merck, dude. You know what? Yeah, with the 10th pick, Bastard said it was Cup for him.
That's tough.
I think Cup might even be available in the second round. You never know.
Dude,
So,
people are saying that he's hurt. He's like got a permanent hammy puller now,
yeah, we'll
but
see. We'll see. Or you can avoid that and just cop a CD Lamb. You know what I'm saying?
I hate the Cowboys, so I won't be like I'll probably have to pick Tony Pollard, but I hate that I'll have to do that. So we'll get over it. We'll get over it. Yeah.
So
Avoid Cup is my choice too. So let's get into it.
Honestly, like the thing is, like we were discussing a little bit earlier, because every Monday that kind of kicks off our work week when it comes to OTHERspace. We have a team meeting. We kick off recap, kind of lay out what's ahead of us. Make sure we get all the links out for OTHERspace PM. Anyway, we kind of review like what's been on the timeline, what's been like popping up, what's relevant to each of us as individuals, because we want this to be more variety. It's not so much other side focus, but more so just on what we're decompressing and what we're processing throughout the week and what we're looking forward to. And honestly, like football has been creeping into my timelines like crazy. And I don't know if it's just the 4U, but Colorado University with Prime Time, Coach Prime doing his thing, and Colorado beating TCU. Like that was crazy, dude. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what has been taking over my timeline, what I've been kind of going into, because there seems to be a really cool story that's playing out there. I don't
Yeah.
know if you're like
I
tapped
read it.
into it.
I read all about it. I personally don't like college football because there's just so many games and so much to look at, but it is a compelling story. You heard about the I think it was the president, committing to a contract and saying we don't have the money, but we'll figure it out. Then getting all the donations to accomplish that.
Yeah, they
I
did.
I did like that Dion didn't give out captains. He got L's and D's for leaders and dogs. So I thought that
Yeah.
was pretty cool. Like the one player I couldn't tell you who it was his name, but he played over 100 yards receiving, one interception on defense, some tackles. I'm like, damn, that's pretty amazing. That's
Were you
that's what
talking about Travis Hunter?
yeah, that's probably who it is.
Woo!
So
Playing
that
both ways, got that pick. Oh man.
you couldn't help but like capture that story. Dion's always been very vibrant person in media, so it's like it's a feel good story too, because it's all these kids coming up playing their asses off and getting media attention maybe in a place where they wouldn't have previously. So it is a dope
Yeah.
story for sure.
Well, that's definitely something that's been taken over the timeline. Another thing that has been taken over the timeline are a
This
few ape sales.
this this, this
Yeah.
these two particular
Those
mega mutants.
those two ape sales right there.
Yo, so
Um,
let's give a little context, right? Because
yeah,
I think like 2 days ago, the one on the right was purchased for 500 ether, I want to say.
right.
And then all of a sudden, a little bit later, the next day, the one on the left is all of a sudden on Machi's timeline. Boom. And he secured that one for I heard something like half or so.
That's Swamp Ape.
Yeah. Those are sick.
That was the one that the arcade machine was based off of.
So he
You
was
know
like, I
that
want
that
that for
that
sure.
custom arcade machine that
Yeah,
said
yeah,
Swamp Ape, and
yeah.
it just looks so sick. That was the ape that it was designed off
You
of.
you know what I love? Somebody in the community took a post and they said, "What would you rather have? The one on the right, this gorgeous house, this beautiful boat, or this car?" And I was like, growing up in LA, I was like, "Where the hell could you get a house like that for $800,000?" And sure enough, they had the Zillow link below it, and they're like, "North Carolina." Like, well,
Yeah,
I don't know what there's to do out there. So, but damn, that
yeah.
house looked nice.
So Dirk said Swamp Ape was 250 ETH plus other stuff that hasn't been
Yeah, yeah.
disclosed. And I saw Board Ape Gazette kind of like recorrect that because, initially they were like just looking at the chain, like, oh, Swamp Ape. That's also really cool to talk about.
Yeah.
But Swamp Ape was purchased for 250. That's what they saw on the chain, but he's like, no, it was more than that. But that was what was transacted on the chain. So there's probably some other stuff that was all part of this. But I love what J Bond had, how he kind of put it up there, because there's only how many mega
Well,
mutants are there?
let me pull that up in just there's 5 that are owned by PTM, 2 by Machi, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think there's 8 or 9. But there's one that's not revealed yet, the last serum, and it's said to be a mega cheetah. I love that
Yeah,
Machi posted this. Yo, I got 500 ETH on it. Like, yo,
let's run it.
let's go. I fully support that. I want to fucking see what's in that serum. I know
I want to
everyone
see
else
that
does.
cheetah. I want to see that
Yeah.
cheetah. That was the thing during the Ape Fest when they revealed the second to last one. It ended up being the gold one,
Yeah, that was sick.
and I thought, I was like looking. I'm like, oh shit, it's going to be the cheetah. It's going to be the cheetah, because I remember, when the DMT one was revealed, Taylor Gehring,
Oh yeah.
like he used the cheetah to
Oh yeah.
mutate that, and it ended up being a DMT. Like that was
Right.
fucking awesome,
Oh. I
epic.
love Taylor. Taylor, actually, when I look at them all together, I think Taylor and Lior's are my 2 favorite. But Taylor's, is actually my favorite out of all of them. And
It's
you know,
trippy.
last weekend when I was in Miami, I ended up hanging out with Taylor a little bit, and I was trying super hard to convince him to sell his Mega and sweep the Pink Ape floor. I don't think he's gonna do it, but I tried super hard for the Pink Ape
No, Sam.
culture. You know, I wish there was a pink Mega. I feel like we've been excluded.
Oh yeah, wait. Is there
No,
one that's what about that Illustar one? Isn't that maybe
see-through one.
or
We're pink.
Illustrator?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, is that noise? No, that's not
All
the
right, well,
noise.
so this is how it's broken down here if we want to read it. But
Yeah,
there J Bond did a great post, and shout out to the thread. He covers, PTM has 5. So people were saying, Machi has too many with 2. I didn't even
yeah. I
realize
think
that PTM had 5, to be real honest with you. I,
jelly can be the pink. That's
oh,
what I was
sure,
thinking
sure.
too.
And then a bunch of people own one down here. Mega Mutants are the rarest MAYCs in the collection. They're all 101s featuring Mega Mutants of certain traits: radioactive, electric, demon, jelly, swamp, noise, deathbot, robot, zombie, DMT, trippy, and gold. Some of them were minted, and some of them were given in the barrels and then consumed. Right? Yeah. What does it say here? The other 7 are mega mutations caused by Bored Ape in ingesting the Mega M3 serum. These have caused the existence of the following: noise, deathbot, robot, zombie, DMT, trippy, and gold. Yeah, that's totally cool. It's been quite an experience. Um, I really hope that Machi can come to a deal and secure that barrel, man, because that would be
He's
incredible.
willing to make something happen. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
bro,
cool
that's super
because
fun.
otherwise it's just sitting there.
Just collecting dust, some digital dust.
But you know what? It's kind of crazy, like the all of the megas. There's only how many total are there right now? Are we looking at
5,
five,
6,
seven?
7, 10,
We
12,
have 12.
and then there's 13 total.
All right, so 12 existing right now. Yeah, 13 total. I mean, that's not many in the entire collection for having like a set like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I really didn't
Very
realize
unique.
PTM had 5 of them. Like he bought some of the most
Well,
dope
shit, he
ones
had
out there.
more. He sold it.
Oh
So,
yeah,
but
that's fair.
that's kind of why Applied Primate is really built around the story and the lore. That really starts with the Mega Mutants.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think that's super cool.
If guys comment down below which one's your favorite, I'd love to know. I see DMT is unbeatable. Lior is my favorite. I mean, the Trippy is super dope. Um, I like the noise one. That's pretty dope. But I think Taylor's is my favorite. It just has this extra vibe to it. Lior's is pretty sick as well with the Trippy.
Yeah, I'm thinking out of all of these right now, you know, I I hate to say that I think the DMT, because but I can't wait to see this cheetah.
Blasphemy.
I can't wait to see this cheetah.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be sick. I'm sure it'll be super dope.
I
Uh,
also remember the experience of that DMT revealing too.
yeah, yeah. What was that like for you, man? I remember it too.
I mean, we all came with the hoodies, like all the apes showed up in the space. Everyone had the hoodie on top of their ape. You
Right.
know what I mean? So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all showed up. It was like so sick.
From
Every,
what was it Nifty?
was it Nifty? Was it Paper D? I
Nifty
can't even
Taylor
remember.
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always do this, dude. I always like knock out my headphone and I can't hear shit.
It's all good.
But
We were just talking.
yeah, that top left is noise, the
Yeah.
noise fur, and it's looking sick.
Noise. Noise.
Noise, noise.
Noise. Now you know what else is noise? The Rift opens September 7th, man. And heavy metal is a love-hate relationship with me at this point. I fucking hate the game, but I love the game. Like I'm not gonna stop playing. I'm asking homies to delegate to me on a daily basis and just to support friends, right? So I'm back up to I went down to 12. I'm back up to like 18 that I'm playing right now. And each time I've done that for friends, I'm starting brand new ones, which is a little bit of a tedious task. But to be honest with you, I've started to really enjoy the habit of it. It's kind of like this really peaceful clicking. But what are you looking forward to at the Rift, man? What have you been doing to prepare? Like, are you ready for it? Are you excited? There's been some cool clips we saw the other day. It happens on what, Thursday, right?
Yeah. Rift opens on Thursday. What I would imagine is kind of like what they've done in the past is 10 a.m. Pacific time. It'll probably go down for maintenance for, a little bit. We will be hosting OTHERspace FM at 11, so 1 hour after that day's reset. And we'll probably, go through the Rift together at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Until then, man, same old, dude. I'm just trying to absorb all the information that's in the game guide. There's a lot of like really dope threads where people broke it down. I'll share one of them. And just trying to unlock all 4 portals for
Yeah.
my 3 main heavies. So I already did that for one of them. Now I'm just upgrading that 4th portal, see if I can make it up to 20 million. And then then I'll have to start thinking about the decisions. I'm looking forward to like the explainer video.
Yeah.
That they said that would come out prior to the Rift. So, I think there's going to be some more videos we can look forward to this week.
Yeah.
And, we'll probably review that, maybe comment on that, do some commentary on the explainer video. I remember we had an explainer video of the explainer video, and that was fun.
Yeah, dude, we can easily turn 5 minutes into an hour. We got no problem doing that. No, it was a good time though, because sometimes a lot of this stuff they say it so nonchalantly, but that's a lot to break down, and people really want to digest it when they're putting money on the table. Like that's kind of the difference with NFTs and these sorts of games is, in a sense, it is pay to play no matter what, because you got to buy them unless you somehow get gifted or win, right? So it's definitely worth taking the time to break it down. For me, dude, I'm like at an average of the 50th tile somehow. I'm so fucking far behind everybody else. I don't know how, but maybe it's because I had been fixated on the voting. Like that's how I got 2 legendaries so far and an epic last season. I would have got a 3rd legendary, but I fucked up with fuck it up weekend.
With fuck it up weekend.
Dude, I
fuck
fucked
up your
up.
Forge weekend. Oh man.
But you live and you
I'm
learn, and
sorry.
there's more seasons, and I'm still
Well,
happy.
yeah, and you know what? If they happen to repeat the way they are distributing amps, like for instance, season 4, they're distributing that beam amp, if I'm not mistaken, if that's what it's called. Y'all correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong.
right.
But it's the first amp that we got in season 1.
And they're just running it back.
Possibly,
That's an
right? Like,
interesting
and you
thought.
might be able to do more than one. But
That's a very interesting thought.
That could be one of the cases is like, do you double up? And so like, is the last 3 seasons kind of a way for you to almost like make up, or decide to, hey, because I already earned that amp earlier in season 2 and season 3, maybe I can relax a little bit in season 4 or season 5 and 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we shall see. Dirk is saying all the amps are in different slots too. Like we might have like a left, a right, who knows, like different parts of the body.
But they said you only need 3, right? To play.
Yeah, it said, but up to 6. Like if it can take up to 6, like shit, I want to have 6.
No, for sure. Because there's some you can see on those little indicators of what they've accomplished with amps that have none. They either missed season 1 or season 2, and that's why some of my friends recently delegated to me is they were like, shit, I kind of forgot to play last season, even though I had them. And they missed out on the amp, right? And it's only just like you got to do the minimum requirement, which is build, I think, 1 tile. So It's interesting, but when you think about the rewards coming, man, and they've said that there will be rewards for beating the boss, that really gets people more excited
The
to
big raid boss.
yeah, you got to think there's more value to this. And Ben had said that
But
season 4,
that's
season
in
5,
season 6.
right. Ben said season 4, season 5, the characters we're fighting aren't the ones. It's leading up to season 6. So it
Yeah.
makes me wonder if there's just going to be one big reward that we're going to earn, or one small reward, or that's the same TBD, but it'll be, I'm assuming, be based on how fast we fight, how quickly we accomplish whatever task, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, all these amps do sound like they are some sort of attack. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you got beam, slash, hack. Those are all things you don't want to happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, um,
I mean,
it does give me a little comfort knowing that this season, at least, we're in contention for an amp that if you played season 1, you already earned. And so, like for me, and maybe this is like that for other people, but I'm like, oh, okay, then maybe I can lax a little bit because I already secured an epic. I'm cool with that. I'm not going for legendary. And if I'm good on my primary heavy, then you know what? I'll just focus on like being happy with Forge and not like grinding like I did in season 1.
well, like
You
Vlad
know?
says here, I believe you might want to focus on the hunt if you already have 3 amps, right? And so that
Yeah.
might be the competitive advantage that we have, is because we've been on these 3, we're good to go. We could get going. So if you're happy with what you have, you're going to focus more on going into the rift and using your energy for that
And getting
battery and
this
doing that,
power
right?
score, you
Yeah,
know?
which
So I think that's the key is that we're going to start to earn a power score. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what they called
I
it.
think that's what he said.
But that power score is what's going to carry on even beyond the forge. And so I think that's kind of where it's like, all right, you know what? The amps are going to be the things that determine your evolution to an Evo 2 and eventually Evo 3. But your power score will have an effect as well.
Yeah.
Not all these other things you get in the hunt, which will, like the augments and the tiles, the biomes, all that stuff. That stuff will, matter for this part of the forge. But what's ultimately going to carry over into the evolution of your heavy is the amps and the power score.
Yeah.
And so I think like, yeah, to the point that even Vlad was making in the chat, like now my focus might not so much be on like getting all of those votes, knowing like, okay, I got an amp like
Yeah. Yeah.
secured,
Yeah. Yeah.
but not that I'm not going to try. Like I'm at least getting 20 points a day. Don't get
Well,
me
because if
wrong,
you
but
can sell them afterwards, why wouldn't you? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but also I have other heavies with that epic amp as well.
Oh,
So I can always like double up on my primary
sure.
if I need to. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
3 heavies. I got 2 epic amps already on 2 different heavies. And then like 3 on the other ones, on hack and whatever slash.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that makes
thinking
sense.
like in my particular case, because I have multiple epics, like I can always, when they are decoupled and they become 1155s, like I can always like stack them into my primary, flip that third heavy, and just kind of get rid of it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. And for me, dude, like I ended up with 4 epics last season, and I'm thinking like maybe I can consolidate and sell 2 or 3 of them and get a legendary, and then take those 3 and put it on one of mine. So I'm in that mindset too of like going forward. I just want to get that 4th portal up. I'm somehow super behind you, even though we've been playing this like every day since it started. Um,
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
very excited to see what happens though.
well, one thing that we broke down that game guide last time, and
Mm,
it was long, but I quickly want to just share this particular thread that Subvert had shared. He showed me, he posted in our Discord and OTHERspace Discord, and I thought it was really good actually. So take a quick second to read it because he summarized the whole thing into 10 tweets, and I think that's kind of where it's it just kind of hones in on like the most important things. So just kind of bear with me. You know, the thread covers power cores, specializations. Number 2, biomes. Number 3, gameplay, collect, craft, and fight. Number 4, fight mechanics. 5, post forge implications, and 6, strategy and tips. And so, you know, he just kind of breaks it down like we're going to have those specializations. So each of you are going to pick fighter, crafter, explorer. By the way, prior to us going into the next week, I'm curious if anyone here already knows which one they plan on choosing. Like, do you guys plan on choosing one of these already? Because I'm leaning toward crafter already.
I mean, I'm gonna pick one of each because I have 3. So now I just have to decide which one's gonna get what.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and then biomes. You know, 5 biomes total. Beating all levels unlocks biome tile. +1 daily passive vote. 4 biomes can be selected in expeditions. The Shimmer biome is a random bonus quest with the best and rarest loot. And then these 5 creatures could very well be tied to the biomes. You know, you got this red looking Reaver one, I guess. You got this one that might go with this gray one. It has kind of the same tiles on him. This one's very swampy.
Do you think these are the bad guys we're fighting?
If they are, it's not that crazy. I think these are just like, yeah, some of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Not the big raid boss.
Not the like these will be the little like minion things we gotta beat in the meantime until we get to the big boss.
Yeah. So G is us, fighter. Dirt with the explorer. I'm not mad at that. All right, crafting. So 3 types of materials: biotics, techniques, and gemstones. You get a biotic and a mold, and those are infusions, which are consumables. And then augments are going to be equipments that you can equip onto your actual heavy. And then you do 3 of those for a key. All right, 3 of those plus one of the infusions or augments plus a mold, and then it'll give you, like, you'll be able to get a key. Okay. So yeah, just kind of breaks it down though. You know, fighting, turn base, basic attack, special attack, or you can use the infusion, which is a consumable, right? Can only attack within range. Shields go down first, then your battery. So you got to keep the shields up. When the battery hits 0, your expedition ends, and you end up losing like 50% of your loot if you don't finish without and your battery depletes.
Damn.
Or 50% of your backpack. So different biomes equal different attacks, and fires gain battery after killing enemies. So post-forge implications, it's a lot of details. Keep your eyes on the prize. More votes equals better amps. Better equipped heavy equals more ape rewards for the final boss. And then total stats from augments equal power score, which will be a metadata update and carries over to the Evo 2 gameplay. So yeah, I think this is kind of summing it up right here as far as like what's important.
Yeah, totally. I mean, a lot of people have to understand why they're developing this game, right? And a lot of people that I've spoken to recently didn't realize that there was going to be an Evo 2 or Evo 3 game. they thought, this is it. Why are we doing this? You know, and
Mhm.
so you'd have that conversation oftentimes with people of like, well, if all I'm doing is building and all I'm doing is vote chasing, this isn't the game for me. And you could definitely see that when you see the top 50 being, heavily purchasing votes to get to 400 and up, and you're like, this game isn't fun. But when you start to develop and understand that there's different variants of the game coming with follow-up games of the evolved character that you own, and the whole reason you own and want to evolve this character is because the rewarding system along the way may actually be worth it. Now, we don't know how big or valuable that reward will be, but I anticipate it'll be enough that it'll make it worth my time. That's what I'm hoping. That's what we're all hoping, right? Now, how do you value your time? And we all value it differently. That's subjective, right? But at the end of the day, I just hope it's not so minimal that you're like, why did you even say reward? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Hopefully it's good.
It's
Like
just got to be enough where it's not bad. That's mainly it. Like it doesn't have to be
yeah,
a good reward. It just can't be a bad reward.
yeah, needs to be something. Yeah, something.
I want to feel something. Make me feel.
Yeah, I know. Man, everything like we've been feeling so far has been just tough, man. So I do really hope that there's some positivity at the end of this. You know,
Yeah,
ultimately, I want to evolve this to an Evo 2 as dope as I can. But hopefully we have some fun, you know?
yeah, yeah. But I
So
do love seeing all these different games. Like Serum City also announced ApeCoin rewards, right? And so, Sean, didn't we see recently that the people making Serum City also announced that they'll be doing something with OTHERside in the beta, correct? What was it?
yeah, faraway games.
Yeah, exactly. So, you love to hear that there's these collaborations, but also I love to see that there's going to be a purpose for ApeCoin and the reward structure based on ApeCoin. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there's multiple games now that are rewarding ApeCoin
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
What about
So,
Rec League? Is that going to be rewarding in ApeCoin?
yeah, I think there may be, there might be some ApeCoin prize pools, like the community can run some of these tournaments. So,
Yeah.
besides giving out like, founders boxes or majestic boxes,
Well,
maybe there's ApeCoin that's on the line. Maybe there's ApeCoin entrance fees for
oh,
getting into some of these things so that it all contributes to a pool. Because, like, imagine if we wanted to do our own community event and we got our hands on one of the arenas, right? And we did, let's say it was like a 50 ApeCoin buy in to compete. And then you multiply that, but let's say it's, I don't know. For math, let's just say it's like 100 people. You know what I mean? Like that's a nice little loot for the winner.
yeah.
If you do that, and that could be pretty cool.
I think that could actually
So
happen. Like, not just like kind of like pie in the sky. Like, I actually think that's the point of what they're trying to do.
yeah, yeah,
So,
and that's kind of why I'm drawing the picture is because like we could theoretically do this if we have enough people that are interested in doing it in the community,
yeah.
right? Because I'll be honest too, like it also is very difficult to host an event like that. Like you
Yeah.
got to go and find people who are interested, who's willing to put money down, who's like, you know, I think that's the thing is like if you're hosting it and putting on the event, there's a lot that goes behind that as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But if you're doing it virtually, you're doing it like almost in the metaverse. I think there's a lot that can go into it that like we can figure out how do we make it epic? How do we make it fun? How do we highlight the people that are competing in there? How do we get some of the teams against each other? Like those are all things like the prize pool. How can we make it more spicy? So
Right.
all those
Well,
things are part of it.
I think Rec League's trying to do that, and so, we did our claim. Sean and I ran two other space PMs this last week, and on one of them, he did his coded claim, and I couldn't figure out mine, but I did it offline, and I ended up getting a common, a rare, and a Yuga box. Uh,
Yeah, this
so,
motherfucker,
dude,
dude.
super excited about that. But now I want to let people know the claim does end for those founders boxes on September 13th. So if you haven't already claimed yours and you own a coda, and I think you held it when that snapshot happened, you should be able to claim your founders box.
Okay, so there was a snapshot. Yeah.
I believe there was. Now I'm not 1,000%, but I'm pretty certain there was.
The other thing that you can claim using a warm wallet or a delegate wallet. However, if you where it ends up getting airdropped to is the wallet that has the coda. So
Really?
yeah, yeah. So some people are like claiming and they're like, wait, it's not in the wallet, or they claimed it because they had it delegated. It's in the cold wallet. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, that makes the most sense. I actually
yeah,
minted mine and then didn't even look and see where it went. So I'm like, oh, that's good to know.
yeah. Dead Judicator said no snapshot. The coda just has to be in the wallet. So
Got it. Got it. Got it. Good to know. Yeah, I'm actually checking my wallet right now because that didn't occur to me. I was like, oh, where did it go? Yep, it's there. I see it.
yeah, so it's in that, and you can't move it.
Mm-mm.
So you're gonna need to play 3 times and win 3 matches in order for that that NFT to be unlocked, that mech.
Yeah.
So that it can then be tradable, which is pretty
Well,
unique. I'm like, I think
I
that's
think
a
that's a
cool
rad
mechanism.
structure.
Yeah.
Dude, look at this shit. The floor for these are 8 ether right now. There's only 3 for sale. But the funny part is you can't sell them. It's just not like it's not allowed. It doesn't work. So the price is completely irrelevant. 0 ETH volume.
Oh shit! Yeah,
It's
that's
because it's
right.
actually quite a clever construct that they've created, right? Because otherwise, everyone would be dumping these on the floor. These would be 0.5. But what you got to do is you got to open them. You got to win 3 battles, and then after that, you could sell it on the market. And very curious to
And
see
I
how that
think they
plays
all
out.
get revealed no matter what, right?
I don't think so. I think you're allowed to choose if you want it to
I
reveal or
don't
not.
think so,
Let's
but I
look at
don't
the.
know.
I feel like it is, but let's look. I know they have this Founders Cup kicking off, as well as the first tournament. So they've invited 8 influential Web3 founders to participate. They haven't said who they are.
Yeah, who do you guys think these influential founders are?
Here's my guess: is Garga versus Gary V. Just because it sounds like heavy G's, and that would be I'd pay to see that.
Dirk thinks what I think. I think they all get revealed. Like the founders boxes, they all get revealed. You're not keeping it as a box.
Oh, the founders boxes, not the other ones. Um,
Correct.
okay, so the other ones you can keep or not keep, but the founders boxes will all be revealed. You're suggesting? I mean, I could see it.
I,
I could see it, but I don't know. What else does it say? The first and second place winners will earn coveted Rec League boxes to be distributed amongst their dedicated followers and communities. That's fucking cool. So whoever wins first and second are going to earn some rewards that they can dedicate to their followers and community members.
all right. So which
That's pretty neat.
founders, which communities are going to be a part of this?
I
It would
bet.
have to be in the like Yuga expanded
Well,
ecosystem.
yeah. It would have to be also whoever
It's
could
like
be a potential
Elon versus
partner.
Zuck.
This is where they fight it out. Exactly. Yeah, yacht for sure gonna be one.
Yeah, Yacht's ready, dude. He was eating up those majestic boxes.
Uh,
He got the broom out.
I wish I had more ETH. I'd be buying some of those Coda Majestic boxes myself. They're only at like 0.6 last I saw.
Those MFers are for sale.
Well, the interesting thing too, and I didn't put this together until the other day when I was talking to someone else, I believe Anti-Hero, who pulled a Yuga Founders box. But the Yuga's Founders box, and correct me if I'm wrong, audience or Sean, please. The Founders box, you're just getting one, and it's built how it's built, and that's it, right? The Majestic box, the Yuga one, you get Yuga parts, you get legendary parts, and then you get like elite or rare parts or something, right?
You get half of the whatever the main one is. So like if you got a Yuga, you get half Yuga, so 5 Yugas, and then you get 3 legendaries, and then like
Right.
2 epics.
So for the founder box, you're just getting a constructed fighter already. So if I got a Yuga one, I'm getting a full Yuga fighter, right? As far as we know.
Wait, say again?
For the Yuga founders box, am I gonna get like, because it can't be taken apart? I'm just gonna get
No,
a mix of.
it does say they're random parts, so we still don't know, but
Ah,
you will probably have some Yuga parts in
see,
it.
I didn't know that.
You know what I
Let's see
mean?
that, and they can't be deconstructed. The founders box. That's one of the things we do know, and that's one of the reasons why you bought a Majestic, was so that you can construct, you can create variables, you could put it
If your
onto that.
choice, you got 7 Majestic Yugas.
Oof, that's pretty sick.
Crazy.
I know. I saw some people out there posting crazy pictures. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But here's a thought I had in a previous video, and I'll share it again because it's still a good idea. Is maybe the community of this OTHERspace FM, we all donate one piece into a pool and collectively build some badass fighters, maybe 1, 2, 5, whatever, and we use that as like a OTHERspace FM fighting. I want to say arena. That's not the right word, but like anyone can use them if they threw in a piece, kind of thing. That could be kind of fun. A community building exercise, perhaps. Maybe a little too vague of a dream, but there's something there.
There is, man. It's like our own little Megatron type thing.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I threw in a head, you threw in an arm, you threw in a leg. Let's go
Yeah,
fuck some
man.
people up.
I'm down.
Well, I'm excited for Rec League, man. I know it's not exactly a Yuga product, but the fact that the claim was there for Kodas, I dig that. I'm excited for it to start and we get to go into it. Yeah, look at this,
I mean, you
bro.
also never know like how all these things will play together in the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Because who's not to say that our Evo 3 heavies will eventually become available to fight in this game?
Right. I mean, that's what I've
Who's
thought the
not to
whole
say
time.
that?
There's going to be a lot of interoperability, and that's one of the
They're
things
part
I
of
hope
it.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. They're part of the ecosystem. So,
And they
they're
suggest at it a lot.
and I wouldn't mind fucking having copies of my Evo 3 Heavy sold in the App Store
Yeah,
and me
that'd be right.
getting a 50% cut. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
let's run it.
I
Let's
know
run it.
that's the whole reason why I wanted to buy some of these boxes, was like, yo, if I could sell some of these and get some money passively for a video game character that I own, sign me up for that shit.
Yeah, we'll see. I think
Absolutely.
there's many ways that this can kind of come into play. So
Yeah, we'll see
we'll
how it
see.
goes.
We'll see.
Best of luck to everyone on their reveals. I hope y'all get something epic, something awesome. Reveals, I believe, will be on the 14th of September, so we still got a little time.
Yeah.
Well, what else is cooking, man? I know codependents have started to come out into the world. Have you gotten yours?
No, man. No, but you know what? They started hitting like Hong Kong first. They had parts of Asia. It's now people in Europe are starting to
All right.
get it. They're getting hit up by Gucci,
Ooh.
their customer support through WhatsApp, just confirming.
That's
But
sick.
yeah, I haven't seen anyone in the U.S. get theirs. The homie Grateful got his, but his was broken on arrival.
Bro, how unfortunate. Yeah, I love Grateful so much. He said on his spaces, someone asked him, "Are you gonna go to the Gucci store and return it?" And he's like, "No, I'm just gonna go to the Gucci store and ask the employees if they know about the other side and if they know about the metaverse." Like, you're a fool. He's so funny.
No, I mean he's for real though. Like, do you guys even know what this is? Like,
You
wait,
sell this product.
this isn't Gucci. Like, yeah, it is, bitch.
I know that's such a bummer though, but I heard they're taking care of it. You got to love the good customer service. Yuga has excellent customer service for their merch, dog. One time, in New York, I threw a party, and somebody stole a Bored Ape hoodie off of like the fucking rack, and I messaged the club, and this was like a year after the hoodie came out, and I was like, "Yo, this happened," and they were like, "All right, as long as you can cover costs, we'll help replace the item." And I thought, wow, that's like above and beyond. I got lucky. There's probably one sitting around collecting dust somewhere. They were like, send it off.
Yo, Vlad in the chat got his.
Nice.
Yo, what are your thoughts on this, Vlad? Let us know. Like, what was it? Was the quality nice? Was it more than what you expected? Was it less? Is it
Oh yeah.
okay? Is it light? How's the head? Like, is it hefty?
I know. I want to see
No.
it. I like what Aussie said. Stoked for the new merch hire. You know,
Yo,
Yuga's
me
adding people
too.
to the squad like
Me
crazy.
too. They're on a little hiring spree, dude. Like it
I know.
fucking every
They,
time
they
I apply, it's just immediate turn down, dude. I'll be
hey,
honest.
don't worry, man. They love our show. They watch our show. You know what I've been doing lately? Every
Shit,
single time I
watch
see,
my resume come through.
uh, every time a new hire comes out, I've been doing this, and I maybe welcome everyone else to do it. I message them directly and welcome to the Bored Ape family, and just offer myself as like, yo, if you ever need anything, reach out to me, whatever. And it's just a matter of trying to be welcoming because I know it could be scary to bop into a new community and be like, oh, I have a responsibility, especially for me with when I see like some of the business people. I don't know them. I like Garga. That's my guy, you know. So it's like getting familiar with new people. It's like a new principal. I gotta be familiar with this guy. Is he cool? Like, is he gonna be mad that I smoke so much weed? It's a concern.
You're good. You're good.
You can't kick me out of the Bored Ape Yacht Club because I own my NFT. I
You're silly, man.
love it. No, there's been a lot of cool stuff going on. The Gucci necklace
Yeah.
looks sick. I've
Dude,
heard
I
the
love
packaging is
this.
pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, the packaging looks great, dude. It looks like there's a lot of nice little details. This is Twitter, so it's probably compressed as fuck.
That's
But
nice though. That's
you
cool.
got the little interlocking G's kind of coming across the chain. You got that clasp.
Oh, that
That
box is
looks
nice.
like it also has some of the etching, which is also on the inside and outside on the edge.
Yeah, I dig
And,
it.
and this, like with the
Yeah,
other side language and the Gucci
I
with
want to
the
get
other
that
side.
frame, dog. I want to get
Ooh.
that frame. I'm gonna be one of those nerds and frame that 100%.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome, man.
I can't
Wait,
wait for you guys to see the picture of Coda wearing that. Hey,
you
yo,
see
shout out to
Peter?
Peter. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Dang,
You
Peter.
know he went with that Dodger blue. Like that was my first thought. I was like, he went Dodger blue, and I love it. That's
God,
sick. That's a nice one, dude.
he's
Congrats, Peter.
back. He's
Congrats.
back.
Yeah, that's nice,
He
bro.
was rocking that
This is
mute for a while.
this is a great time for a lot of people to come in the club. I know a lot of people have been coming in as new apes, new mutants, new
Yeah.
doggos, new me bits. Me bits have been popping off lately too.
Dude, what's up with this, dude? Figgy posted this next week. Ordinals puzzles on the Bitcoin blockchain.
I
What is
mean,
this all about, dude?
I think Captain Trippy's gonna be happy because I think he owns like 12 of them or something. I have no idea, man. It's super confusing.
Hey, did you see at the other side event that the one of 300 printed out ordinals?
No.
No, 12 fold. Sorry, 12 fold
At what?
at the other side test event.
No, I did not see that.
It was behind a curtain. I was like, why is this on an easel in a frame behind a black curtain? Like, why is it back here? And why didn't they show this off? Like, did they not have enough time?
Maybe it was a bad idea. They're like, scratch it. No.
I don't know, but I thought it was pretty epic. I was like,
Yo, Figgy,
I
you're
was
like,
like,
can I have that?
I was like, what's behind this black curtain? Ooh, of course, you
That's
see a
so
black
funny.
curtain, you're going to want to know what's behind it.
I've been taught to not go behind the curtains, man. I'm a good ape.
Yeah, right.
Nah. Hey man, I don't understand the ordinals movement. I bought a rock once for $6,000. I don't think it was worth it now that I think about it. But
But
you
you
live and
got
you
the
learn.
Ethereum claim thing.
I
Do you?
still own the Ethereum claim, and technically the artist has told me a million times that I should like burn it and get the Bitcoin ordinal.
Yeah, you need to like go through the entire process, dude.
I know, I
You
know.
got
I
to do
think
that.
I'm like one of like 7 people out of 100 who haven't burned yet, so I got to do it. Um, But I think this is cool. I like that you guys expanding their portfolio and they're but basically what this tells me is they don't have limits, and I like that. Like
What's this puzzle all about though? Like, you
ApeCoin
know,
reward, dog.
well, first of all, there's 12, right?
Hmm.
So that goes into the 12 fold, and then they have like the different colors. But other than that, I'm trying to figure out like what are they trying to do? Like have a puzzle that is tied to like the artwork and the inscriptions. You have to go through like different like I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but I did message Figgy the other day and ask him to come on OTHErspace PM. Or I mean,
Nice.
deck side. I mean, deck side. So we'll see.
Hey, you can come on here too, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, come through. I've been messaging everybody asking him to come on that works for Yuga because I can't help it and shoot my shot. I want everyone to come on
Hey,
here and talk.
Ben said he might be able to pull up. Just let him know when.
Yeah, yeah, because I gotta ask legal, but I appreciate that.
Spend.
It's
Dude, that
cool,
was
man.
cool that he came through on
Last Thursday.
other Space FM, yeah,
Yeah, it
and
was a
just
great
kind of broke
episode.
down the new like update for heavy metal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of content there, and I think it's good to have had that conversation. And now, when it kicks off, people are still going to be confused, so at least we have a point of reference. I'm excited to
Yeah,
see what comes up this week, guys. We also have some other deck sides that we're going to be recording this week and next week. We've got some
dude,
great guests
and we
lined
gotta
up.
record our ApeCoin videos. I think we're gonna want some feedback and some help with just making sure we're covering like
Yeah,
the best things. You know what I mean? Like we have 5 different topics that we want to at least create some short, concise videos for on how to participate in the ApeCoin DAO, and then we want to be able to do this to where it covers adequately. Like it's we're making sure we do that, and then we want to kind of spice it up a little bit. So we want to make sure it's polished, it's good, it's something that's evergreen. Um, but I think what's exciting is other spaces getting more involved. Each of us as individuals, we've all kind of had our journeys and our past with ApeCoin, but now we're starting to think about ApeCoin with OTHErspace, setting up a delegate wallet. Maybe if you aren't involved in the ApeCoin DAO and you think you've been hanging out in the OTHErspace Discord, if you want, pretty soon you'll be able to delegate to OTHErspace, and then we can do a community vote on where does the OTHErspace ApeCoin allotment
yeah,
get put toward, in terms of like what are we going to vote on as OTHErspace.
yeah, yeah.
So
And
if
I
you're
think that's
interested in that, stay tuned because we'll set up the delegate wallet. We'll come up with a quick, easy way where you can just vote by emoji. You know what I mean? And just leave the right reactions, make it really low friction. You can read the thing. We can, discuss it as a community
yeah,
on what we think we should do with this AIP. And it will, if you delegate to it, it will also count toward your own personal participation as well. So I think, there's a win-win there.
yeah. And shout out to NFT Traveler who's actually added an ApeCoin channel to the OTHErspace FM Discord. Sorry, there's a fly and it's driving me fucking crazy. But yeah, we have our Discord is popping and growing and evolving constantly, and I absolutely love it. Like you guys know, I've said this so much at the beginning. I hated Discord before OTHErspace, but Sean really kind of enlightened me, and so did NFT Traveler, and the community that's been built there has been really fun to hang out with, and adding all these other opportunities to converse and help understanding, right? And I'm also in the same boat, dude, where ApeCoin DAO, I didn't really appreciate the value of what it is and could be for us, right, as a community. And as we get more involved, as Thank Ape kind of inspired us to get more involved, and as we're going to be making this content, it's hard not to participate in the DAO and think that absolutely we need a delegate wallet for our community. Absolutely, we need a place to have this conversation to talk about the AIPs together. Absolutely, we should be proposing an AIP down the line for OTHErspace FM. And that's where some of the fun conversation comes into. I was talking with Grateful and some other people who are also building in the community about do we do it as OTHERspace? Do we do it with other great community builders in the space and do something together? You know, what would be best for us all? And it's just a fun conversation to have, man. So really been enjoying that.
Yeah, I think if we have it as like a smaller community too, like sometimes it's tough to go on stage during ape comms or whatever, but if you're with the people you're hanging around with almost every day, right? The conversations kind of are already aligned with like what are our values. And I think that's kind of where if we can come up with a quick way where we're like, okay, I know this amount of ApeCoin, because you don't have to delegate all of your ApeCoin to it, and you can always override it. So even if OTHERspace votes on an AIP and says like, hey, we're voting for this, but you're like, no, man, I don't want to do that, you can actually still put in your vote, and your vote will always override whoever you delegated to.
I love that.
For that AIP. But even if you don't even think about it, you're trusting that the community of OTHERspace is putting in the right vote for your ApeCoin. And sometimes that could really help if we're really trying to push AIPs forward. That's going to change the game, especially things that we believe is going pushing the envelope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's good to have that community discussion, right? Because like you said, Sean, to have like, if not everyone has the time to read as much as they have to, right?
Hell no, dude. In fact, like all of it is so hard, man. What these AIPs need is content. Like they need little videos, like they need little explainers. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're putting an AIP, you better believe we're gonna have like a little explainer video, just like some actual multimedia that comes along with it to explain some of this stuff, so that people could not only read the abstract, but they can watch like a quick video if they want to get a quick synopsis. Not watch like a 2-hour live stream on it, but like a quick video for each of these AIPs, I think is necessary, in my opinion. Just so we can
it definitely helps. Yeah, no, to paint the picture, right? Because sometimes reading you can lose the context. And so like talking about, different AIPs, there's so many out there right now that some are a little controversial to others, some are excited about, some are necessary. And it all depends on your stance, right? And how you perceive it. So if there's a little video that may give you an alternative perspective, a little bit more to make your judgment, I wouldn't mind that.
I got one that's pretty controversial. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Dun dun dun.
AIP 304: create the digital art movement collection to acquire Yuga assets, BAYC, MAYC, BAKC, and Punks, and other notable NFTs for exhibition and donation to art institutions. This is AIP 304 by Machi Big Brother. So yeah, G is us. He's like Machi. So I am really curious on what people's initial take is, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't gone through the entire AIP, nor do I intend to on this particular segment right now. But I think it's probably worth going through the abstract and maybe just reading a little bit so we can become informed on this, because it is making its rounds in the discussions.
It absolutely is.
For things. So
and for myself, when I do something, guys, I do something like 0 or like 1,000. So I've read this already about 3 or 4 times fully through. And it's not super short, right? It's not. But there's a lot of content here. There's a lot of good ideas here, in my opinion. So let's hit that abstract and then we'll kind of discuss after.
Sounds good. There's a few things in here. Why don't we just go through a couple of them real quick, okay? And then feel free to interrupt me, and then chat. I want to know what you guys think as well, okay, as we're going through this. So here we go. Well, I'm Machi Big Brother. I got a proposal name. Create the digital art movement collection to acquire Yuga assets, BAYC, MAYC, BAKC, and Punks, and other notable NFTs for exhibition and donations to art institutions. Let's see. Create the Digital Art Movement Collection, which will curate an NFT collection consisting of Yuga assets, BAYC, MAYC, BAKC, and Punks, along with other notable NFTs, art and otherwise, to accelerate the advancement of the digital art movement globally. I'm Machi Big Brother, a DeFi OG and BAYC maxi. I proliferated BAYC in pop culture by acquiring and gifting over 50 BAYCs to leaders of the DeFi community, members of the Pleasure DAO, and Asian celebrities such as Jay Chou, JJ Lin, Stanley Huang, Vanessa Wu, Bolin Chen, Kaiko, 911s, and Ozzy. I worked with some of the founders of BAYC and produced fully funded, then gifted the Apes vs. Mutants mobile game to the community. I partnered with the BYC to run the official BYC Leagues of Legends team in 2021. I also built the first marketplace for Yuga assets, along with the Ape USD stablecoin backed by ApeCoin. Here's my team description. We're leaders of the DeFi community, apes, tastemakers, builders, advisors, community supporters, and industry partners. Team will receive no compensation from this AIP. Lumber.eth, BAYC 4646, Punk 8503, DeFi Builder, Yearn Multi-Sig Signer, Abracadabra Multi-Sig Signer, Pleasure DAO, Advisory Council, Metacartel, Ventures founding member. We got Jake Lee, BAYC 7297, operations veteran, currently at 247 Comics X Uber. Jeremy Yang, BAYC 6447, smart contract developer with multiple NFT and DeFi projects. We got Lindstro.eth, BAYC 7606, co-founder and chief creative officer of award-winning global creative and brand management agency that has partnered with the world's leading brands, specializing in content production, brand management, licensing, ad endorsements, and social media. We got Fox Slightly.eth, BAYC 2807. Prior to Web3, worked 10 plus years as a business tech analyst and product manager in the fintech space. Currently serving on the board for ThinkApe, as well as an advisor for Beyond the Swamp magazine. Existing art institution connection, and C, chair of the board, Bowers Museum of Santa Ana, California. Motivation. Digital art remains underrepresented in the art world. I want to change this. I want a digital art to be omnipresent by creating and curating the Digital Art Movement Collection, aka the DAM Collection. We can proliferate appreciation for the digital art worldwide, thus leading to education and adoption. There's no better group of people than the Ape Going Down members to cement our place in digital art history. The rationale for it, this proposal is a movement to grow the culture of digital art by way of proliferating NFTs as a critical part, as well as the natural evolution of the digital art movement with BAYC, MAYC, BKC, and Punks at the forefront. By exhibiting this collection worldwide, we will make NFTs more accessible publicly and drive conversations around the benefits of digital art. This conversation will naturally lead to benefits of digital art enabled via permissionless blockchains, as well as proof of ownership, authenticity, and provenance. Educating the public about our space is the key to mass appreciation. All funds and assets will transparently be deposited and used via the multi-sig that governs the digital art movement collection. As a community, we will collectively push this collection as the quintessential NFT collection of our time. Benefit to ApeCoin ecosystem. This will benefit the ApeCoin ecosystem by increasing awareness of ApeCoin's cultural influence in digital art, staking ApeCoin to receive governance for the digital art movement collection. Fellow tastemakers and I, along with the community, will decide how to execute the selection and curation of the NFTs via the digital art movement governance token. Funds received will only be used for activities relating to the creation, curation, and administration of the digital arts movement collection. Any proceeds generated from this collection will be added to the multi-sig for expenses related to the operations. This includes IP licensing, exhibition, staking, and all other proceeds. Damn tokens. Okay, so we got damn tokens. There'll be a fair launch project with zero team token allocation. Initial token distribution will go back to the users at the time locked for ApeCoin for up to 5 years, decentralizing governance to the ApeCoin community. One ApeCoin locked for 5 years creates the initial balance of a one-time lock ape, which is also called TL ape, which the balance decaying linearly over time toward unlock. This means 100 ape coins locked for 5 years is equal to 500 ape coins locked for 1 year. 30% of initial distribution to ApeCoin stakers over 5 years. Distribution will be front-loaded, with distribution reducing every 6 months. 70% for the treasury, to be determined by the token holder vote. Collection will contain at least 70% Yuga assets, 30% optionally for other notable NFTs. Machi exclusion. Machi will not have control of any keys, nor will Machi be compensated in any way from this proposal. Machi is doing this because he has been a major supporter of BAYC since day one and a driving force in the NFT space. So we have some steps to implement. We have a timeline. We have some governance milestones. The overall cost is going to be 11 million ape coins. Yo. So what do you think, dude?
I was just taking in your voice. I was on a journey with you there. There was it's a lot. It's a lot, dude. It's not an easy proposal. That's a lot he's asking for, and a lot there. There's a lot of people on the team. 11 million. The first thing I can't stop taking away is 11 million ape coin just right now is like, if it's $1.50 a coin, was that like at least $20+ million or something? And then you have to, it's a lot to take away, but at the basis of the premise, right? Like, I like the idea of encouraging these pieces to be in art galleries and to be circulated that way. Now, how this is achieved through that, I don't know how that happens. Is it worth it to the benefit of ApeCoin? I don't know. Do I like the idea of Bored Ape and Yuga stuff being in museums? Fuck yeah, absolutely. Like, I think that's a fantastic idea. What are you taking away when you read this, Sean, in terms of that? Because that's a big ask. I did reach out to some people on the team, particularly Fox Slightly, because he's someone that I've known for a little bit in the club, and he was at the event, and so I reached out and
yeah, that was the first time I met him.
Yeah, and I asked him, like, so what's the deal with this AIP? Like, is it a good idea? Why are you on the team? And he kind of broke it down as like he asked to be on it to help break down, variables and to poke holes in it. And, it seems like everyone's intention is so positive. So I know a lot of people just immediately hear Machi and go like, "Oh, that correlation with the floor of our apes is has to do maybe with him and some of the blur farming and these things." So people have like a negative association. Now, is this a good or bad thing? I would love to discuss that a little bit further because I'm halfway in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, initially I'm thinking like, yo, is this another kind of like excuse for us to buy up a bunch of apes off the floor? Or like maybe it's not off the floor, right? There are apes that might be curated, because the first collection milestone is the initial curation
Right.
of the collection. So I'm like, okay, so they're gonna maybe pick like, at least one from each fur trait,
Right.
they might have some notable ones that, have some sort of provenance or historical significance. um there's probably, and then like who's going to benefit off of that,
Right.
right? Like, hey, Jason, I want your M2, but you haven't sold it, nor have you listed it, but we would like to offer you X amount. Like, how arbitrary is this? When it comes to the curation, I feel like that's where it gets a little kind of weird. Like, I don't know enough about how that initial curation of the collection is going to be,
Yeah.
presented. Like, who's going to like really dictate, what goes up for sale? Are there back end deals? All of those things.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Like, because what Josh says right here, the DAO pays out roughly 15 million, then the DAO owns nothing, right? So this goes to what, like an organization that Machi's putting together to facilitate all that. And I hadn't even really thought about what you just said, Sean. It's like, how do you choose these? How do you determine the value of these? How do you establish these actually getting in the museum? Like, is that
Yeah, I mean, those are all like valid questions, right?
yeah.
Like, I'm trying to not, go into it with like I'm trying to take away any sort of bias or anything like that. The fact that Machi doesn't even follow me, I'm trying to like put that aside. But yo, the next thing is first showing an event of the collection. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like, there's like some sort of showing an event of the collection. Like, I know how hyped we got for Christie's. Remember when we suited up for Christie's?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was
That was
fucking
cool.
sick. That was a cultural moment. Everyone suited up, and not only apes, dude. Everyone. You had Wicked Cranium suiting up. You had Cool Cat suiting up. You had Gutter Cat suiting up. You had everybody. So I think that was like such a cultural significant part, where when it gets celebrated as art, that a whole community can really rally around that, and it kind of establishes it as that.
No,
So
and
I can kind of see where they're going with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then grants of the NFTs to notable art institutions such as LACMA, Getty, Louvre, and the Met. So that's
I
kind of where I'm like,
That would be
yo,
amazing.
do we have that connection already?
And that's one of the things of the club, right? Like you would imagine that if they were to propose that, they at least have an extension or a relationship to some degree that could accomplish that, right? And a lot of people, they just do grants where they just like give money to some place and then they're like, yeah, we'll hang your item because you granted us enough to open a wing or something, right? So
Yeah, he's
yeah.
been stacking up his ape coins, so
And
he
you know what?
decided through regardless.
I have been like talking to Machi about this a little bit because like I DM everybody that I can, and you know what, maybe I will DM it if anyone has a connect, see if we can get him to come on the show and talk about his AIP, because I would love to discuss this and
Let's do
understand
it. Let's get him to
understand
a
the
PM.
value.
Let's
That
get
would
him
be
to
dope.
a OTHERspace
Well,
PM.
that would be his AM. You know what I mean? So that would probably work out pretty good. But it would be fair to understand it, and because if this works and it is what it says, it would be rad, right? But like, there's so many questions
Okay,
that
let's
we
say
have.
this though. Like, say you put it through. Like, what's the benefit to the community doing this? Like,
Well, and that's the great question, right? Like, it's just, if you look at it, it's just the cultural collection of these items being placed in museums. So in a sense, it's giving like an artistic cultural relevance and a new accolade in a sense. But like, that's really it. So you've notched it up culturally in terms of value, I guess.
because it was donated to some museums.
No, because it's hung in the museum, and so for a lot of art, art people, just being in that museum is such a big deal, right? So I remember recently there was an AI artist, I don't remember the particular name, that said she was going to have this whole thing in the Louvre. It didn't fall work out, but if it would have been, it would have been a tremendously big deal, right? So to have your art celebrated in certain galleries, certain museums is a tremendous deal. Um, so even if it is donated, even if it is just like paid to be featured, it still has tremendous value in that.
So what about this? Like governance milestones, deployment of governance token and staking process for
S-
token distribution.
So that
You
one's
know,
interesting.
so you're launching another token
Yeah.
called a TL ape, like a time lock ape.
That you have to stake your ape coin for to get.
So that okay, so hold on, I didn't catch that. So you, in order to receive one of these, initial token distribution will go to users that time lock ApeCoin token for up to 5 years.
Yeah.
Up to
Yeah.
decentralizing governance to the ApeCoin community. One ApeCoin locked for 5 years creates an initial balance of one time locked ape, a TL ape, with the balance decaying linearly over time toward unlock. So this means 100 ape coins locked for 5 years is equal to 500 ape coins locked for 1 year.
I mean, so and that was the one thing that I was trying to
So
ask.
is this a way to make money too? Like,
I don't know about that, but I know that it's intended to keep the price of ApeCoin. Or I don't know if it's intended. The way I perceived it is it would create a stability in ApeCoin in a degree. So by having such a large capacity locked up, ideally, so that you could participate in this with tokens, um, that's what I took away from it. I could be completely wrong because there's a lot to this, right? And at first, realizing that you would have to lock up ApeCoin to get this token to participate in this, other experience, I don't know that that's going to be worth it for everyone. But if people are doing it with such, large pots like Machi, then it doesn't. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but they can make a lot of stuff happen with just a few big holders.
well, yeah, the token is equal to one token during the unlock. So then I would imagine you can still trade those damn tokens,
Yeah, probably.
right? So depending on like what this does, like, yeah, I guess even GSS says like damn tokens can pump it. So, there's probably some DeFi things that are going on over here, but maybe I'm not too familiar
Let's
with
get
it.
ready to buy some of that
Oh
TLA,
man.
dog. Let's get that
Well, let's
TLA
see.
money.
I'm curious, to hear more on this. Like, Josh said, that's great, but museums don't work that way. You don't need to buy NFTs to do it. And why launch a token at the same time? Top Shot said, I do that for 500K, but 11 M's
Oh
is
shit!
OD.
Scared the hell out of me.
Wait, what? What scared the hell out of you? Top
Coda,
Shot's comment?
no, Coda just came up and licked my leg, and I was like, "What is that touching me?"
God damn it. All right. I think every episode or Twitter space, you're going to see Jason freak out off
I
of
know.
something that
Yo,
scared him.
it's my ADD. I was in a meeting with Sean the other day. I was like, look, a hawk. Look, a bunny. I can't
He's
help
like, oh my God, this squirrel just scared the shit out of me.
it. Apes don't like squirrels,
All right.
bunnies, or hawks.
Alcy said, the thing I don't understand is why not just try it as a smaller experiment first?
Because someone like that with that much money, like a smaller amount, wouldn't move the needle, would be my guess, right? Like
Mm,
this fool just bought 2 MEGA Mutants and offered 500 ether to this. We're in different games. We're playing different arenas. You know what I mean?
he's all or nothing.
Yeah, and I can respect that shit. Like I don't know much about the person, but I see what he's buying and selling, and I'm like, I wish I could do that. I wish I had 500 ETH to drop, and then the next day go buy another 250 plus whatever, and then offer 500 to somebody else, and that's just his hobby for fun, I bet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Okay.
whatever it is, it's still cool to me.
Yeah, I see it. It's probably not Machi's style.
Yeah, that's
He's
that's
like,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not going to
no, that's
go
not
like
enough. Fuck
a
that.
little bit, you
Yeah,
know. But you know what's funny is like most of the advice that I give to people who are writing AIPs that ask me for feedback is I'm like, yeah, maybe you should parse this out. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like have a smaller ask at first, phase this out before you go in like 5 different levels of thinking like, hey, I'm banking on this whole dream and I want this I'm asking for this much. Whereas like, more realistically, you could probably ask for this much, get it passed, and then once this is successful, get this much,
I mean,
you know.
we've been advised to only ask for $690,000 or $420,000. That's it. It's for the culture. That's the only amounts that are allowed to
Seems to
be
be
asked.
the sweet spot
Yeah,
for what
exactly.
gets passed. All
So,
right.
it's interesting, and I'm glad we're having this conversation. And
Yeah.
I look forward to talking about AIPs more often. Like we talked about earlier, we're not going to cover every single one that comes out because it's just a little much. But certain ones that have interest to either one of us or anyone in the community, and want to explore it a little bit further, like absolutely down for that because that's an important one,
That's
man.
my
And
kitty.
with someone who owns that much ape coin and can make that much weight happen in this world, we kind of have to talk about it. So, I'm glad we did, man. And
Yeah,
today's
and you
episode
know
is
what? Really good feedback. And cheers to everyone.
cheers, guys. If you're
Um,
still watching, hold on, I want to say this real quick. Like and subscribe to the channel because we're almost at 400 subscribers. I know that's a small milestone to some, but to us, that's a really cool deal. And I always got to throw it in.
mm,
Oh, that was a
I
big shot, huh?
appreciate that. Yeah, it
Woo!
was. But dude, it's always got me feeling nice, you know.
Yeah, whiskey does,
So,
vodka does that
well, you
for
know
sure.
what, vodka, this has been a cool sipping vodka.
Mhm. I like
I'm
this.
I'm usually tequila, so I'm not mad at this.
Yeah.
But I do love whiskey, and I can't wait because I saw in Miami they're pouring 288 whiskey,
Oh, nice.
and I was like really jealous.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta tell you, some of the Bored Apes creating their own alcoholic products with Captain Fuego and some Miami Apes doing ape juice. I know Sailor Jerry
Yo,
is.
speaking of ape juice, like I put it, it's like they put it like a tweet that says like, yo, if you want your ape kind of like featured on one of the 100 something flavors, like
Oh,
put it
word! I
in
missed
here.
that.
Yeah, I threw my ape in there. I was like, yo, this ape's ready for some chiquila. That's what I
Uh,
said. Chiquila. Some cheetah tequila. Some chiquila.
you can't put Killa on a bottle though.
Some
But like,
chiquila.
yeah, as
What
long
do you
as it's
mean
not,
killa?
I just can't have anything that looks like. If you drink this, you're gonna die.
No, motherfucker. Let me type
uh,
it in for you, dude. So
dude,
you
bubblegum pink vodka. Boom. That's it.
what?
From
No.
Someone make that. Anyways, listen, guys, it's been an absolute blast for this episode. I know we've been hanging out for a little bit, covered a ton of great information today, actually. And Sean, to be honest with you, I think our other space PMs are insanely informative. I've got some great feedback that they have been so far. Okay, I like that spelling. That makes more sense. He's so proud of that idea. I love you,
Tequila,
bro.
dude. I want
You're
some
not smart.
tequila.
Oh man.
All right, if yo 288 bad dude, I know you're watching, dude. Like, if fucking
Make it
Jesus
happen.
doesn't take on my fucking idea with tequila, then let's fucking run it, dude.
He's like, listen, it's made from 90% cheetah
Yeah,
and a little agave.
this shit will make
Just
you go fast.
all right. So this Thursday, in just a few days, we have Other Space FM. You got me confused. Other Space FM, 11 a.m.
Yo,
Pacific
the
Standard
Rift
Time.
is opening
Yo,
on
same day.
Thursday.
I think a lot of shit's gonna pop off. I think Wagme's Son's gonna do something special. I don't know, man. Legends of Tomorrow's coming soon. What do you think? When do we get a date for that? When do they post that video that we
Yo,
saw?
and then tequila at the bottom of the bottle. Let's have some DMTs, some DMT for right at the bottom, just so we know we drink their blood.
That's gross. He said,
Just like Aussie.
yeah,
That's why.
that.
This is it. I like that.
That's so funny, man. I wish I had enough to buy another ape right now. I would have to sell all of my codas and some deeds, and I can't bring myself to do it. But you know,
Hold on. Hypothetically,
yeah,
I know you probably have to go pee, and that's why you're trying to end
yes, very much so. I was like, I can do 90 minutes.
When Jason's like, "Yo, I'm ready to go. Let's wrap this shit up." He's like, "Yo, I gotta
go pee, dog. Let's go."
I'm fucking ready to hang out with everyone here, dude.
We're gonna jump over the Discord afterwards, and we'll be in there hanging out. Everyone else, we'll get saucy together. But no. Hit your point. What was your point?
All right, my point was so I was curious, like, let's just hypothetically.
You want to do some window shopping together real quick?
Yes, hypothetically. This is what's fun about it, because we're both fucking down bad. I know it because we're homies. I know we're both down bad.
Put it this way. It's not down bad.
I'm down bad.
It was so great before that it's like shockingly normal. And that sucks.
Right. Yeah. I'm fucking down bad, you guys. Like, I need a job. we need some income. Like, OTHERspace isn't paying the bills. We're paying money to do OTHERspace.
You know what? It'll work out. Listen,
I know.
That's why we're
fucking in this, dude.
I want this one.
This.
I want a pimp coat one.
Wait, so why do you want a pimp coat, dude?
I think it's pretty and I like pink. All right. So to be real honest, I've been spending a lot of time here looking, but I'm going to tell you where I think the tremendous value is. And this is just me being real. I think there's a tremendous value opportunity at Mutants. Now, this is not financial advice, right? Like, not at all. I'm just going to tell you a story. Is that once upon a time, I bought a bunch of Mutants around the 5-6 ether range. Mm-hmm. And there was a time where they were released into the wild around the 24-25 ether range.
And they pumped.
And I understand why. There was a lot of ape coin speculation, deeds on all these cool things on the horizon. Now, I don't think necessarily that this 5 ETH may get back to 25-30 anytime soon. I do think it will again, but I do think it will at least double. So I've been spending a lot of time looking at Mutants.
You see what OpenSea just put up on the left side?
No, what did they put up? Oh, this thing. You can see who chose to and who didn't. Oh, that's nice though.
Listings support creators. Wow.
I like this, man. I want one of these pimp codes. So this is what I did the other day as I posted, hey guys, I got 5 ether for a mutant. Hit me up. Yeah. And people were like, just go throw offers on the floor. I don't necessarily want one that's constantly being rotated and sold a million times over.
Hey, I'm fucking Jason the Ape, if I'm Baron Von Hustle, then yeah, I put out that tweet too.
Well, and here's why. It's like think about it like this from the narrative point, Sean, and how much we love our story building. Any one of these people could have started stories on this. Like at one point, Fran owned this, right? Like I don't know if any of these people started stories. So when I get an ape or a mutant, I don't want it to have been with many people because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want many stories to exist about this. I
Yeah,
want a
yeah, yeah.
clean slate.
Yo, check the chain, bro. Check the fucking
This is nice.
chain.
This is nice though. Damn. All right, what would you pick up, Sean? Ape or this is another one right now.
Chemistry Cup. Go to the chemistry club.
Now, real quick, under 2 ether, dog, for dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Dog,
Ooh, what's that cheetah?
1.94. He's a
With the banana?
silly banana face
Hey, can
cheetah.
you filter for me the cheetahs?
Yeah, let's look.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, 1.94. It's not bad. Let's make him a little larger.
All right, all
Oh,
right. So I probably the floor one. It's
ooh,
okay.
this one's nice.
It's okay, but yeah, like now I'm looking at 9 ETH, like 16K. Like, you're out of your goddamn
Oh, I didn't even see that. I was like, well,
mind. Yo, give me the one that has some ape coins staked in it, thanks to fucking
right.
the rare boy
Like,
plugin.
oh,
Yeah,
3.7.
that one comes with full ape coin stake. That comes with an extra 856 ape coin. Thank you. I'll probably take that because that's actually the one that has a captain hat, has some beer kegs on it, and some ape coin.
Man, I regret selling some of the dogs I did, but we all make moves to do things. And currently, I still have just Dan Brown, my original airdrop 2339. But there's some cool dogs on
Yo,
here.
speaking of, can you type 2338 and let's see what my old doggo has gone through since I sold him?
This one,
Yeah, click on that guy. Let's see what he's gone through. Poor doggo.
not too many places. He got sold for a decent amount,
Oh,
and then
that's it. That's it.
yeah, not too
It's
much.
he just look at
He's
that.
pretty chill.
Like
He's pretty
he's been
chilling.
chilling since.
Let's see what about Dan Brown. Dan Brown has not done a lot in his doggy life.
He's been chilling since.
Dan Brown is one of the most derpiest basic dogs.
I love Dan Brown, bro.
Like,
You didn't like
that's
him
right
at
there.
first. Yeah, check the chain. That's when
I
I
know.
say check the chain.
It was one of those moments where I was live streaming the reveal, and our other buddy Ao Jaco revealed. I
Yeah, I
looked up
remember
his
that, dude. Oh
Yeah, and
my
I looked
god.
up Dan Brown. I'm like, oh, it sucks.
Yo,
And
hold on.
he revealed a trippy dog with a trippy hat, and I was like, all
Literally
right, well,
Captain
I'm gonna
Trippy's
go.
dog.
I'm gonna go.
Yo, I remember watching that stream and just being like, yo, Jason's so mad right now.
I wasn't even mad. I was just like, damn, that fool always gets lucky and I never get anything good. That meme where he's like, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was me in real time.
yeah.
Check out 8369 for more derpy. I love it. Let's see.
Yo, let's see. Throw your screen back up, by the
8369.
way.
All right, hold on. Damn, I've been really wanting something else. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
nice one.
that's a nice derby.
Yeah.
But he's in front of the clubhouse though. We got
He-
the Lakers colors. Like I actually like that dog. Man, what am I fucking? I'm loving the derpies.
I
Check
dig
the
the dog.
chain. Check the chain.
Yo,
Wait, go back. Check the
have you
chain.
watched Showtime yet? Oh, that's nice. He's had it for a
All
long time.
C. All right, man. This is all C. He's
Ooh,
just
that's
been.
nice.
Did you all C? Did you keep that or you sell it over the counter? A little
Ooh.
transfer. Yo, show the one that Jocko pulled.
All right, let's look out if I can find him. Trippy and then Captain Trippy hat. So this is the one that my buddy picked. It was
Yeah.
the only one in the entire collection. It was Trippy hat, Trippy fur.
Check the chain on that, dude.
Yeah, that one he sold it 2 years ago to Captain Trippy for that much ETH and then quite a bit more off the chain. But it was just like I wasn't mad, but like my energy was so depleted because I was like, damn, I gotta go. Like,
That's one of the sickest
yeah,
doggos.
I didn't realize it's literally a one of one.
Yeah, there's
You
no
know,
other one
there's
with
no
a
other one like that.
trippy fur with a trippy captain hat. Like,
It was pretty fucking cool. Like looking back, it was a pretty historical moment, and what he was able to accomplish in life for some people in his life with that was, very powerful. So
oh my god, life changing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah, for many
it's
of us, absolutely.
I think that's the thing. Like, we have a lot to look forward to. You know what I mean? Like, we know how much these JPEGs could actually impact our lives
Oh yeah, yeah.
and other people's lives.
And I
You
don't
know
think
what I mean?
enough. I think sometimes when people hear those stories, they think of it as like, oh, you're bragging. But I think it's important to share those stories from time to time so people know that like you can be a normal person and then just get like a mint and change your stars in a manner of speaking, and
For sure.
and a lot of us are
For
still
sure.
holding on to that dream with our deeds, our
I am.
NFTs. Absolutely, I am as well.
I'm still banking on it because I see my homies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
and there's so many more people growing in this space. Like I know a lot of people aren't putting as much money on the table every day as they may have been, but there's still like there's not that many bored apes for sale, right? There's just people flipping a few
it's
at the
true.
bottom. So with that said, speaking of what I said earlier, I gave an extra 10 minutes. My bladder's killing me. We got to wrap. I absolutely love all you guys. This was a fun episode. We broke down Mega Mutant Monday. Let's call it Mega Mutant Monday, where Machi I would love to get Machi on the show. So if anyone has that connect, let's make it
Yeah,
happen.
man, we need to figure this out
It would be
because
fun to talk
we
about.
went through the AIP. You know, we kind of shared it with the audience. We all got our takes on it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
want to understand it more before I go and vote.
And we might even reach out to Fox Slightly, some people on that team, and see if they want
Yeah,
to
why
do it
not?
either. And then, Rec League Founders Boxes. Good luck to everyone on the reveal. Still a little bit of time. So if you haven't claimed, claim it. Rift opens on the 7th. So just a few more days for that. I can't fucking wait.
Yep,
Uh,
yep. Which
uh,
we had some, Subvert had a really great thread, which I retweeted. You can check it out on my timeline, but we also posted it in this live chat a little bit earlier. Just kind of, he broke down that entire guide that takes like more than 20 minutes to read into 10 tweets. So
yeah.
that
Epic.
that definitely helped out.
Yeah, guys, if you want to look forward to more content, we'll be back next Monday. We got a lot of great interviews coming soon. And then more than anything, we'll see you in the Discord. Go to otherspace.fm, find the Discord link there. Sean will be hanging out. I'll be joining after I take a pee.
All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. This has been a fun episode of Other Space PM. We'll catch y'all later.